Hello, and welcome to Season 3, Race 3 of my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. And second time I've raced in Imola in a career mode, but the first time in this career mode. Schedule's a little different because I started the other one recently, and of course you can't use China in that first season as a track on the schedule, so while on the other career mode, this is the second race, Imola. On this calendar, it's the third race, because I already have China. Qualifying on pole, barely edged out Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc. Teammates starting P7. Usual story up front, McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, and then Sonoda's up there. The AlphaTauris are right outside the top 10 or thereabouts. Yeah. Standings wise, we've already started to pull a gap, 29 points ahead of Carlos Sainz. We managed to sneak out the win in China. And yeah, things are going pretty good, I would say, at least to start the season. Wait for it to load. There we go.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Cloudy all race long, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. No rain scheduled, anyway. R&D. We do have an ultimate upgrade coming on the chassis side. That. And I think we'll go with calipers. What durability? Can I get anything durability wise? And don't have the points. That's alright. And I think we're gonna be ready to go here. So let's get set for Grand Prix name that I always forget, but Imola. Let's go.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters in red today. They've all turned out for what we have every expectation of being a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track here at Imola featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One circuits as it's driven anti-clockwise. Let's hope no one forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight of the circuit and its only DRS zone. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. It's the owner driver in pole position then, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, and Sainz, Lundgaard, Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher and Pierre Gasly, Bottas, Latifi, Fernando Alonso and Ocon, Stroll, Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Jack Aitken, Russell, Joe, Giovinazzi and Callum Islet. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Alright. One-stop strategy, from the looks of it, just like we did the last time. That we have 2 cars starting on the mediums, and those are the Alpines of Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. So we'll see how they get along in this race.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. The drivers we're racing are Norris and Leclerc. No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Alright. Here we go. 5 red lights. at Imola. We are underway. Norris gets a great launch off the line. He's a zoom by us, and so is Ricardo. So it's McLaren 1-2 right off the jump. And was very close with Ricardo. McLaren's just absolutely duped me. And then I sort of made a move, like, somehow didn't make contact. Trying to go around the outside of Ricardo. Sort of ducking back in, though he sort of really parked it on the apex in the middle of that chicane. That's a better exit that time around, though. So Lando Norris leads at Imola with Daniel Ricciardo in second, and we have fallen back to third. We got Leclerc right behind me in fourth. See if we can do anything with Ricardo here. Of course, no DRS until lap 3. Though, given that there's only one DRS zone, it's really not until lap 4 that we'll be able to fully utilize the DRS. Okay, we gotta run on Ricardo to the outside. Over the curb. But we made it work. Up into P2. As we now try to chase down Lando Norris for the race lead. It looks like someone had an off back there. Might have been the Alpha. Oh, so 2 cars pitted, George Russell and Callum Ilott. So I'm guessing something must have happened to those guys for both of them to pit right out of the gate. Uh-oh. There must have been an incident of some kind back there. Oh, it's Bottas! Valtteri Bottas with an early engine failure. And Ricardo's trying to fight back on us. We fend him off for now.
Okay, some information on Bottas. They're retiring from the race.
And Bottas is out of the race very early. Only the second lap, and he's already dropped out with an engine failure.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Yellow flag.
Bottas' car parked up there. Now the DRS is fully in play. The Ricardo is a little too far back for it to make any real impact, and he gained a little, but obviously not enough to attempt a pass on me for second. The Alpines are really holding up the back half of the pack here. Now we've broken the DRS barrier to Daniel Ricciardo, so he will not be able to come at us with an extra sort of speed boost that the DRS provides, and he'll be under attack from Charles Leclerc. Fastest lap of the race, thank you very much.
To drop back. There's a gap beginning to form.
And meanwhile, we have started to slowly reel in Lando Norris.
We're only 2 seconds behind the car ahead. Keep pushing. They're in 16th. The difference is 13.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:19.4.
Just want to double check the race director. A couple... No, I thought someone else had stopped. But no, it's just the two who pitted for damage. So... carry on.
We're slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep this momentum.
Closing into Norris still, though we're not quite within DRS range just yet. A little too low on that hairpin.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
Ooh, that was not a good, not a good way to take that corner complex. That's much better. To lose some time. Rather lose time than do it incorrectly. We're right there, but we just can't quite get to the DRS barrier, or break the DRS barrier, though we could this lap.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Finally, at around a second behind, we just gotta maintain, or stay inside the DRS barrier until we get to the front straightaway next time around, because then we will absolutely have DRS. One second. All right. Okay, we finally got DRS. Now we can truly mount a challenge on Lando Norris.
In this lap, push now.
I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different with the tire situation, only because my left, or my right front, is not as worn as I would have expected. I think what I'm going to try to do is go as long as I can, and then instead of going on to hards, go on to mediums. So we got our first taker on the pit road, it's Daniel Ricciardo. And he's going for the hard tires, no real surprise. Norris pits, but we're going to stay out.
Fantastic stuff. Really well done. That's first. Christian is coming in for his stop.
Actually worked out for us because our teammate was going to pit anyway. So Norris is coming for hard tires, no surprise. Lundgaard is in, as is Yuki Tsunoda. And Lundgaard will also be going for hard tires. Try and stretch it 2 more laps on these tires. So lap 15 is what we're going to target. Now, interesting to see where Lando came out of the pits. So he's going to be behind. Now he's in clean air, but he's also in front of a couple cars, or a couple cars, mainly the two Alpines, who are staying with or they started on the medium tire. So hopefully Norris will get held up if they stay out a little while longer. Leclerc and Perez
We're
in the
leading our
pits.
teammate by 31.6 seconds.
And there's Leclerc. He's going on to mediums. So already you got some mixed strategies in terms of who's going on what tire. Did I do a mid-session save yet? No, I did not, so it's time to do one. Do one more time around before we pit. It's one of the Haas cars pitting. Sainz, Gasly, and Schumacher all pitting. Looks like they're all going for the medium tire.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop. Understood, stopping this lap. Affirmative, medium tyres at the next stop.
Here we go, into the pits.
Go now.
There goes the Haas. There's Callum Ilott. Norris will beat us out.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
But for the moment, we have the fresher tires. And he's also stuck in the turbulent air. Now that's Esteban Ocon, or he's going to be through this second and third sector. Or I should say the second and third sectors. Alonso pitted. Ocon will be pitting this time by, presumably. So basically things are right back to where they were before the pit stops. Me just barely outside of, well, by the time we pitted I was within DRS range, but This is back where we were a few laps before the pit stops, where I'm just a little ways off of the DRS barrier. Looks like we might be in DRS this time, though I think Norris might get DRS off the lap car of Callum Ilott. Probably will. He does, but we're closing.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Oh, what the hell, Islet? I tried to use him as a little bit of extra slipstream, and it did not work in my favor. Outside. I think Norris locked up just a little bit going into turn 1. So I'm right on him now. Perfect opportunity to set up a pass. Norris is the only one in the top 5 who decided to go with the hard tire. Myself, Leclerc, Sainz, and Perez all on the mediums. Oh, we're gonna have him this lap for sure. We're so close to him. Easily within DRS range, right up against him. We should breeze by him down towards turn 1.
Pushing, you're gaining on the car ahead.
Oh, get him even before turn 1. You fly by Lando Norris to take the lead here in Imola. Purple sector 1. Right. At this point, the rest of the race is just about managing the gap to Lando and minding the tire wear as we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I think that's George Russell ahead of us.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, copy that. The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
Okay, the tire wear won't be much of an issue. Won't be much of an issue as long as I just keep off the curbs in terms of like not running off track.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
We now caught the lap car, George Russell. Who will let us go without a problem.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Gap to teammate behind is 14.7 seconds.
Sorry to say this, Jeff, but we will not be doing that strategy. We will not be pitting again. We're going to the end of the race. Going to the end of the race. always a tricky section, especially for tire wear right around here. So really increase your tire wear if you don't handle that corner properly, or that set of corners properly. And right here, that chicane, I feel like is where I've gained a lot of time, whether I'm chasing or trying to pull away. So it seems right there has been a really good spot on the track for me. The one thing I'm curious about to see is, does Lando start to come back at me at the very end of the race with him being on the hard tire and me being on the medium? I'm sure my tires will start to fall off before the end. I don't know if they'll fall off enough for Lando to start catching me.
Careful, we think you're going to start losing some tire grip around now.
Coming up on another lap car, looks like an Alfa Romeo. Hit the wall a little too much. Tire wear,
Increasing our
doing
gap on the
okay.
car behind by around a second a lap.
That was indeed Guan Yu Zhou. We go right on by him. Oh no, what happened to my teammate? Did he have an engine failure? Let's see. Oh no. One guard with an engine failure, he pulls it up alongside, and he is done for the day. With only a few laps left to go. He will finish 21st.
Christian's dropped out of the race. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Well, I had a bit of an issue there where my controller, and this happens to me occasionally, my controller decided to completely disconnect. Yeah, well, that's Stroll coming out of the pits.
Caution, caution. Okay, clear.
Oh, that's not good.
Christian is out of the race.
Tyra should be good to the end of the race.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Stroll pitting again, so something must have happened to Stroll. That's Max Verstappen in front of us. We'll try to see if we can catch him to put him a lap down. I think we probably will, just a question of where it happens. probably will be the last person I catch to put a lap down. Oh, and I just did not pay attention to where I was going. I ran straight in the back of him. There we go. That's better.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
As there, let's see. Not really, but let's take a look at running order real quick. So I'm in first, Norris second, Leclerc third, Sainz fourth, Sergio Perez fifth, Daniel Ricciardo is sixth, Gasly seventh, Schumacher is eighth, Tsunoda is ninth, and Fernando Alonso is in P10, just barely ahead of Nicholas Latifi. Around the final corner, taking the white flag to start the final lap here in Imola.
This is your final lap of the race.
Well, the race started off a little rough. We were stuck behind both McLarens. But we got by Ricciardo, and then it took us a while to get by Norris, but we eventually got by him too. So we're going to start off the season with 3 wins in the first 3 races. And that's pretty solid. Come around to win at Imola. I'll take that.
Great drive. We did it. Good job.
And with that, we wrap up yet another incredible Grand Prix weekend. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Here comes your top 3 making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
This was myself and Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc on the podium.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Another solid result for our championship leader today, allowing them to extend the gap between themselves and the rest of the standings. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Definitely Antonio Giovinazzi, isn't it? No matter what the rest of the field threw at him, he didn't put a foot wrong. Superb drive from him.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. No change in the top spot, but with today's points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today, as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
And there you have it. That was the third race of the season at Imola. McLaren jump Red Bull in the constructor standings, and we extend our lead to 41 points now over Charles Leclerc. So all good news so far. And actually, we'll take a look at the replay real quick just to see what happened to George Russell and Callum Ilott. Maybe they had an incident in turn one. Well, there he's getting at the back of the Aston Martin. What about Callum Ilott? Where did he get his damage? Oh, yep, right there. He ran to the back of the Alfa Romeo of Guan Yu Zhou. So there you go. Just running into the back of people is what caused that damage. No interviews this weekend, just so we don't get any money from that. $8.4 million is what we have in the bank right now. Alright, a little bit of time until the next race to do some activities. Do some reaction training for Lundgaard. Second driver PR filming. And durability equipment upgrade. And I guess we'll add some driver promotion filming in there as well.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright, got a
We
personnel
have a
department
problem
event.
regarding our driver. How do you want to handle this?
So let's do your yoga class. Either way, racecraft or awareness. I'll go with that. Awareness.
Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciates it.
Go with that. All right. So that was the race at Imola. Now we're going to Portugal for the Portuguese Grand Prix.